Um, what the heck? I finished Fourth Wing. This was so good. So good. Well worth all the hype that you have been hearing about it. This was probably one of the easiest 5 stars that I've given this year. Oh my god, like where do I even begin with this? Fourth Wing follows Violet Sorengale. She's a 20-year-old and she was raised and trained her whole life to be a scribe. Her mother is a general, and of course, when her mother tells her that she needs to join the Writers' Quadrant, she obeys. And she goes through all the trials just for the chance to bond with a dragon. I loved everything about Fourth Wing. I could not stop thinking about it. Do you remember the feeling you had when you read Divergent? That adrenaline rush from Triss jumping out of the train or scaling the Ferris wheel and like climbing the buildings and jumping off of things and all of that crazy stuff. That is the same type of vibes that you're going to get from Fourth Wing. You know what also reminds me of this? Top Gun. Top Gun is the name of the group that the people are in. Fourth Wing is the squad that our main characters are in. You know how in Top Gun they practice flying in formation and they're going really fast and they're doing all of these like flips and turns? Fourth Wing is just like that. They have to fly with their dragons and they're learning different formations and doing different turns and flips. And that's their training. I love it so much. I love the world building. I love the political climate. I think we're going to get a lot more into the political intrigue in the second book. Yes, this book has hype. Yes, it's worth it. It's super fast paced. It's enemies to lovers. You know, a very specific trope, if this is a trope that I love, is when the main character catches daggers out of the air that the other main character throws at them. That just does something to, I love that. I always love that in books. But in Rhysand's case, it's he catches a slipper. But in From Blood and Ash, when Castile catches the dagger that Poppy throws at him, I just love that. And we get that in here. I need this to be adapted either by HBO because there's a lot of CGI that's going to happen, or as movies. The dragon fight scenes are my favorite. Oh my gosh, they're so good. I also love all of the different powers that people have, and I like that everyone's power is different and it depends on the dragon they bond to and who they are. Their power is a manifestation of who they are, and I really like that. I 1000% recommend this for you if you like dragons, if you like fantasy, romance, if you like a faster paced story. I need the second book now. We're going to get into the spoilery bits now. So if you haven't read the book, go read it and then come back and watch the rest of this. We're going to have a ton of things to talk about. Okay. The first thing I kind of want to talk about is the relationship. I think I've seen a lot of videos of people saying that they didn't like the love story and they thought that they could have taken it out of the book and it would have been a better book. I have to disagree. I think with Taryn and Gale, is that how you say the dragon's name? I don't know. In my mind, I've been saying Gale. So Taryn and Gale, those are the two dragons and they're mated. Their bond is so strong. Of course, I think it's fitting for their writers to also have a strong bond. And I think it's so kind of just poetic that they just happen to also be in love. And they have the mind link connection. I think it only makes them more powerful. I think any person in that position, it would be so hard for them to not feel some type of way towards the other writer. It is enemies to lovers, but I like that there are still moments where they've always kind of liked each other, but there's the tension of them being on opposite sides. But how Xaden had always cared and always looked out for her. So sweet. I really like the open communication that they end up having in that conversation of just being vulnerable. Even through the lies or omissions, I think that with their open communication and letting themselves be vulnerable with the other person, I think that's going to take them a really long way. I very much would rather have them be together and fighting against the enemy than fighting against the enemy together, but they're also not together. Do you know what I mean? I'd love to see their relationship grow. I'd love to see their power grow. I want to see them fighting together more. Just all the things. I love the dragons so much. Adarna is the sweetest little puppy. She's literally gold. She's the golden retriever of dragons. It's so cute. These are the things that I want to know. Xaden and the other rebellion kids start sneaking out weapons after his first year at the school. How did that happen? How did they find out? Who was their contact? Like, how did all of this? They were first years. They were 20 years old. Like, how did they just up and join a rebellion? I really want to know this story. It matters to me. I want to know the story. Also, he was building the city. So had he been building the city for 3 years? And again, this man would have been 20 at the time. How? How did he do it? Where did he get the money, the materials, the people? Are they all rebellion folks? Did they build it? He said that it was his, like it was his like pet project. I want to know what are the logistics of this? Because wasn't he busy trying to survive and learning how to manage his power? Oh my God! And Brennan, I did not see that coming. I did not see that coming. To be fair, honestly, I thought that Mira was gonna die because she's the sister, and I don't know, siblings just always die. If Brennan ends up dying, I'm gonna be so pissed. I'm still scarred from Red Queen. I'm still not over that. I'm still upset. Victoria Aveyard, I'm still upset about that. So I really, really hope that that doesn't happen here. We just got Brennan back. But I'm curious, did he know about her? Did he know about her dragons and her power, the power she manifested? Did they just stop by on occasion and keep him updated on his family's life? Like, I'm just curious. Or are they completely isolated in that town because no one is supposed to know that they're rebuilding it? Oh, poor Liam. He was too nice. We liked him too much. He was too likable. That's why he died. Someone had to die, and we just got too many cute moments with Liam for it to not have been him. I get it. The sweet secondary character that everyone loves is always the one to die. In the next book, the things that I really want to see, I really want to get more into the political intrigue and the rebellion. And also, are they gonna go back? At this point, they would have missed the war games. Did Xaden lose his title as wing leader? I feel like Violet needs to go back because she needs to look out for Liam's sister. But I really don't see Xaden and the rest of the rebellion kids going back. Or if they do, is he just gonna go wait for assignment? They were sent to die. They know they've been doing stuff. I feel like if they go back, they would be executed or something. I don't know. That's also tough because nobody knows. So if they were to be executed, then it would have to come to light all of the things that they've been trying to hide. I also want to learn more about the griffins and their flyers. Do they bond just like dragons? Do they die? Would their riders die if they die? That just opens up a whole other world, a whole other culture that we only got a glimpse of in this first book. Okay, I hate Dane. He was not very nice. I'm just wondering, did we even see him functioning as her actual best friend, or was he always just a little sneak? For being such a strict rule follower, having him read her memories without her permission, it feels like it goes against that. And even if it's for the benefit of the war, that's such a gray area, and that's something that I don't see Dane doing easily. So I think there's more there. I'm done with him though. He can go die for all I care. At the very end, the last chapter that we get is from Xaden's point of view, and he says that Adarna has changed. She lost her powers, which is just a power that they have when they're little baby dragons, whatever they're called. So now that she's big, would she channel different powers, or would she make Violet's existing lightning power stronger? How is that going to work? And can Violet ride on her now? Because that's going to be really cool. That would be so cool. I want to see them train. I had such a great time reading this. I was so stressed for so much of it. I do think I'm going to listen to the audiobook. And look, I am not a big rereader. I don't like to reread books, but I think I want to listen to the audiobook for this one. But this just might be one of my favorite reads for the year. I'm saying it. I enjoyed it that much, and I want to reread it again. And I think that's really saying something. And I want to go back to this world. I want to live in it again. I want the dragons. I don't know what I'm going to have to do, but I'm going to get on that PR list, and I'm going to get book 2 as soon as they start sending out the arcs, because I need it. Let me know in the comments if you've read this book and what you liked about it. Please, let's discuss. I need to talk about this book.